Hello, everyone. We are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And wherever you're joining us from, welcome. My name is Orlando Bell. I'm an insurance agency owner and a partner here at LeadMaker. Today, we're going to learn about how to explode your business, how to explode your agency in this challenging market, right? So today, we're going to learn some useful tools that we've used, not only in my business, but numerous other clients that we have. We've seen it work. We've tweaked it to perfection. So we're excited to share it with you today. And I want to start off by introducing our CEO, Brad, who's going to take it away and tell you a little bit more. If you like what you hear, folks, make sure you schedule time with us, okay? We'd love to sit down and customize this for your business. Brad, take it away.
All right. Thanks a lot, Orlando, and welcome, everybody. Thank you for taking the time. I know time is valuable, and we want to give you as much information in a short, condensed amount of time as possible. So open your ears, open your mind, open your eyes, listen, and enjoy, because we're going to teach you a little bit today on how to take your insurance agency, no matter what type of insurance you're selling, whether it's a P&C, commercial lines, life insurance, health insurance, Medicare, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you'll be able to utilize some of the strategies that we're going to show you today to absolutely explode your agency. And I mean that sincerely. We've been doing this for a long time. We've helped lots of insurance agency owners all over the United States explode their agency's growth, 10x their revenues and premiums, and do a lot of great things. So I'm gonna jump right into it. This year, 2024, it's a little bit of a different year than it's been in the past. We're talking today about creating an inbound organic growth machine. Okay, so people that find you online, search engines, things like that. Not necessarily you out there, doing it the old-fashioned way, which is buying leads and doing cold calls and things like that. Like a lot of you know, I'm sure. Some of you might be aware that there's been a new ruling by the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, that it's going to make things a little bit more complicated. And I'm not a lawyer, but we're trying to dive into understanding the laws in terms of what that's going to mean. But apparently in August, buying leads part of it is going to drastically change, meaning, it's got to be one-for-one authority. You can't just buy, cold leads, aged leads or whatnot, and then just call everybody. That creates some significant violations from the FCC, from what I'm understanding, if I'm reading it correctly. So that means that everybody's got to go and start really doing the things to generate inbound leads and doing some stuff like we're going to teach you today to circumvent that strategy, that the old way that we all used to know. So how do you get your phone ringing? How do you get people to find your website, your listing, your product and services, and then get your phone number, get your email, get your information so they can contact you? Well, there's a few different strategies for that, and we're going to teach you some of those today. Make sure that your agency is being found when people are looking to buy insurance. And another thing that's really interesting that we've been very successful in doing is helping our clients set up and establish referral partners. Like, for example, if you're a P&C agent and you're selling homeowners an auto, for example, you'll want to have a dedicated group or network of mortgage brokers, realtors that send you business. You're also going to want to have divorce lawyers, family lawyers that are now court mandated. Their clients are now being court mandated for life insurance. So you want to create a referral network of family lawyers for sure. And if you don't have, 20, 30, 40 family lawyers in your network sending you business, you're going to want to pay attention a little bit later today, because we're going to teach you how to create that network for life insurance and just about anywhere whatever it is that you're selling. There's a way for you to create a referral partner that's going to send you the business that you need. And we're going to talk about that and how you're going to be able to grow your agency organically. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this. Now, you guys probably wondering, who is this company, LeadMaker? We've been around for more than 10 years. And specifically, we're helping insurance agencies across all demographic and different lines of coverage. Okay, so that's what we specialize in. Now, since we started this over a decade ago, we've generated more than 99,000 leads and we've written more than 100 million US dollars in premiums. Okay, so very significant amounts of premium and revenue that we've generated. So we've done it. We've used the principles that we're going to teach you today. We use them every single day, so we fully understand everything we're talking about inside and out. We've got offices abroad and locally in the United States. We've got them in Manila, Philippines, San Francisco, California, and Sydney, Australia. We're a global company, so we don't just operate within the United States. We're all over the world. But for insurance, we are very, very particular and very specialized with the United States market. So who is LeadMaker? A little bit more. Like I said, we specialize in obviously insurance. We do LinkedIn and social media marketing. You're going to learn a little bit about LinkedIn here in a few minutes. LinkedIn is our kind of go-to bread and butter because we have developed a way, probably better than just about anybody in the space, that you can use your LinkedIn profile to create a unstoppable revenue model for your agency. And we're going to show you how to do it. It's very unique. We've customized it, and we would need to customize it for you as well. So if we do take some time after this call and we schedule a discovery or consultation with you, we would understand your business, what type of clients you're looking to bring on board, what type of product you're going to write, and how we're going to create that model of lead generation for you. The second thing we're going to talk a little bit about today, we're going to touch on. Okay, everything we're going to do today, it's just kind of an overview. You're not going to get all the details, but you're going to get enough to understand how powerful these concepts are, and you'll be able to do them yourself, or you'll be able to simply hire us to do it for you if you like. We're happy to do that for you at an unbelievably affordable price. So that's what's great about working with LeadMaker. Our price points are unbelievable. So Google My Business, and that's how people are going to find you online, search engines, and different things like that. We're going to get into. Last but not least, how many of you like making phone calls to cold prospects? I'll bet nobody, right? Nobody likes to make cold calls. I think Mark raised his hand. Nobody loves to make cold calls, right? But that is obviously it's a technique. It obviously works. It's been around for a long time. But do you want to do it yourself, or would you rather outsource that to somebody else to do the heavy lifting, to make those calls for you, and then just transfer them into your agency? We can do that for you. We've got leads, we've got telephone callers and virtual assistants, and we can do all that for you too. But let's jump right in. These are some of the things that you can do on your own to generate more sales. Okay. Obviously, every one of you, I'm sure, has a Facebook. You have a LinkedIn account. You might have a TikTok. You might have Twitter and things like that, or X. So the thing that you can do is you can get really proactive in writing content. So if you like to write, if that's your thing, we would urge you to write 100 posts, 100 articles, and post that on your profiles over the course of 100 days. Now we're talking about exploding your business, right? We're not talking about putting your toe in the water. We're talking about if you want to create the inertia, the momentum that your agency is going to need to get over, to break through the stratosphere, like a rocket ship going into orbit, then you need to do the things that's going to explode that energy. Okay. So 100 posts in 100 days on all platforms. It's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of work, but you can do it. You need to update and refresh your social media pages. Make sure that they stand out. Make sure the banner looks good. Make sure the writing is perfect. Make sure you put featured content, videos, and other things that you've done so people realize that you are a thought leader. You are, you're the industry expert for life insurance, for auto insurance, home insurance, whatever it is that you're into. You got to make sure that you stand out head and shoulders above the rest. Directories. Now, how many of you know that there's probably more than, I can probably tell you on this call, but more than 200 directories and citations that you can actually plug your company and put it on, like a Chambers of Commerce and Yelp and Neighborly and Alignable and things of that nature, where you can feature your company and link it back to your profile or your website or your landing page, so people can find you when they're searching for their designated, hey, I want life insurance today or something. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to find? Who's going to come up in those searches, right? So you can find all those directories and you can publish all those. And we can actually make some of that available to you for free, just to kind of give you some access to what it is we do and how we can help you get found. We talked about referral partners, right? Establish 100 referral partners. This is a great goal for you over the next 100 days. So imagine having, I don't know, 30 or 40 mortgage brokers and real estate partners. When I first brought on Orlando Bell, he was with Farmers Insurance, and we went to work. We rolled up our sleeves, and I said to Orlando, let's get 20 or 30 mortgage brokers in California that are sending you homeowners leads and sending you other types of referral leads. And man, we went to work and it happened. Boom, it exploded. And Orlando had created a very nice network in a short period of time. No problem, Orlando. Another, like we mentioned divorce lawyers and family lawyers for life insurance. It's a great referral market. And you'll actually find that lawyers, when a lawyer refers you a business to their client for life insurance, the closing rate is about 95%. Same as a mortgage broker, because they want to close the deal on a home. When they send that referral to their client, boom, that client writes their policy with you. They don't go out shopping for lower rates. They don't, they just want to close the deal and get it done. And then CPAs and accountants are a great referral network. How many of you have right now, if you can think, how many of you have a bunch of those already sending you referrals? Okay. And whatever that number is, times that number by 10. And that's what we're going to be able to do for you if you bring on board with LeadMaker. Okay, let's start at the top, the pinnacle, right? Google is the pinnacle for all the searches going on all over the world. So we want to make sure that your profile stands out. We want to make sure you're speaking the language of people that are searching for your product. So make sure that your profile on Google is updated properly. Some people, you can go in and you can actually change. Like if I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, you can actually set up Google My Business to expand all the territories around your location so that when people are searching in Provo, Utah, or another part of the state, they can still find you in the searches. You still pull up in the rankings. So that most people don't even realize that you can do that. You can go into the searches, into the template of Google, and you can manually do all these things here. You can actually add all your product categories. Some people don't even realize you can do that. If you do life insurance, health insurance, Medicare insurance, auto, home, whatever it is you do, make sure you feature that on Google, because now Google has a way to track, okay, we know that this person does that and this person does this. And if you do all of it, guess what? Then that means that you're a reliable source for Google and for the people that are searching on their platform, so that they're going to pull you up on top of the rankings, right? Make sure you have pictures and videos and content now. And I would recommend that each and every one of you, no matter what it is, what line you really want to go after today. If you really want to go after life, and let's say you want to really go after life insurance today over the next 100 days and commercial, let's say that was your target market. Make sure that you align yourself with top 10 keywords for people that search for those particular products. Okay. And again, it's not something that an amateur can just kind of whimsically take out of the air. You really need, for this, you kind of need to do some strategy with somebody who understands, where people are searching, how many people are searching in that area, how many searches accumulate over a course of a 30-day period in your city. So you really want to make sure to get the right keywords, and then you want to write those 100 articles and get those things posted, all over the internet. Those create spider webs. Spider web is something that comes back to you, so people can find you. Okay, so that's how we get it all done. And then we're going to show you how we're going to move you up to the rankings. We want to get you up to the top of the 3-pack, and a 3-pack. I'm going to share that with you here in a minute. That's where the money is. You guys want to make some money and build your business so that your agency's kind of you don't even have to buy leads anymore. You've got a steady stream of referrals and a steady stream of just people organically finding you that are interested in your product today. That's what you want. That's the future of insurance in America. So here's a Google My Business profile from one of our customers, a gentleman who's been with Allstate Insurance for more than 34 years. When we took Mr. DiCola on when we became the go-to for him on all of his services. We went through, we reorganized his Google page, we revamped it, and now he's number one in Lake Oswego, Oregon. I'll show you how we did it right here. So now Google is not the only game in town. How many of you have a Bing account? How many of you have put even an ounce of energy into updating your Bing profile? I know Google's probably out there, it's probably floating around doing things, but how many of you have a Bing account? Well, 10% of people actually use Bing. So you got still a large number for Microsoft, and that number is growing. So you want to make sure to have your Bing updated, right? Now, what's a 3-pack? How are people going to find you? So the 3-pack, when you do a search, when somebody is sitting on their computer in their home and they're looking for an auto insurance broker because they want to get a new policy, the rates have just gone up. And as rates are going up, people are starting to look for other alternatives for a lower price. Where are they going to go? Who are they going to find? Are they going to find you, or are they going to find your competitor? Okay, that's a good question to ask yourself. In fact, after we're off this call today, go on Google, do a search, and see where it is you come up on that ranking. It may or may not be accurate based on where you're at in your location and all the demographics and analytics, but at least you'll get an idea. So you want to be, here's Doug. If I search here for auto insurance in Lake Oswego, Oregon, you can see Doug pulled up number 1. And then Dave Malloy over here from State Farm went up number 2, and then number 3. So Google's going to actually determine who the number 1, 2, and 3 are going to be based on their algorithms of all that work that I just showed you, right? The 100 posts, the 100 days, the contacts, the referral partners, the profile, all that stuff. What does it mean if you had a profile in the top 3-pack? How many calls would that be? How much money would that be in your pocket? Let me give you an example. Our good buddy here, Mr. Doug DiCola, 34 years with Allstate, he said that just with Google alone, he's getting over 140 plus inbound client calls per month for people searching for auto, home, life, boat, RV, motorcycle, and business insurance. Imagine that. And in your city, do they have boat insurance and RV insurance? I'll tell you what, the folks that have boat insurance also have home insurance, and they definitely have car insurance. And some of them will have motorcycle insurance. So you can get those umbrella policies rolling pretty fast. So understanding the demographic and understanding those keywords, as I mentioned to you, remember you got 10 you want to focus on. Where do you want to place those 10? What's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck? Okay, so we mentioned Google, we got Bing, and then there's 21 other search engines that you need to be ranking on. Now that doesn't happen, immediately. It takes time. So don't think you're going to come in and sign up and start doing all this stuff and like your business just starts to explode with orders, 2 weeks after we start it. That doesn't happen. This is a process and it takes time. You're planting the seeds. Those seeds are going to grow, they're going to sprout, they're going to grow, and they're going to turn into a farm. And that farm is going to produce incredible value for your business long term. But it doesn't happen overnight, okay? But it will happen very quickly. It will happen very quickly. You've got you.com, yahoo.com, DuckDuckGo. You've got lots of other search engines that you need to be ranking on. And if you don't know where to go, don't worry. If you hire LeadMaker to do it for you, we'll manage all this stuff, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Last but not least, on these organic search, how many people? I was just doing this earlier today. How many people here have a cell phone? You've got the younger generations of folks. I would say the Gen Zs and the millennials. They don't really use a PC anymore. They use mostly it's all like digitized, mobile phones and things like that. So there are 4 major search platforms that you want to make sure that you're coming up on the rankings in. I can guarantee you, folks, if you're paying attention and you're listening, this is one of the fastest growing segments in the world for searching. And I can tell you right now, 99% of the insurance agents that we talk to have never heard that you can optimize your profile and those search engine rankings for voice search. It's a completely different search pattern and algorithm. So what am I saying? If I'm on Amazon's Alexa and I'm searching for a life insurance agent or a business insurance agent, right, in my city, my search would be, hey, Alexa, can you find me a life insurance agent near me? And bloop, 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 right? It'll find you. It'll find that insurance agent. It'll pull that information up, and you're just going to touch the button, and you're going to make that phone call. That's it. It's simple. How many of you right now, if you can, if I could see your hands, I'd ask you to raise your hands right now. But how many of you are optimized for voice search right now for whatever it is you're selling? Apple's Siri, Google Assistant, Microsoft's Cortana. Those are the top 4. Let me give you some facts here, folks. This is why you need to pay attention to this. This is major growth. You're talking about 8.4 billion searches in America. That's 40% of all searches are being done on a voice search right now. Okay, this is unprecedented growth. And if you're not ahead of the curve, if you're on the back of the bus on this, you're going to miss this wave. And right now, and from all the people we've talked to in the insurance industry, I'll tell you right now, folks, there is nobody doing this right now. There is nobody that's focusing their efforts on voice search right now, unless you've come to a webinar like this and you've heard it, and then you take massive action right now to put your agency ahead of the curve. Because either you're going to do it, or your next door neighbor who's got the farmer's insurance agency next door to you, they're going to do it. And there's no reason, there's enough market share out there that everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. It doesn't matter, but you got to do it, folks. Because if you're not doing it, you're going to be left behind, unfortunately. So why LeadMaker? What is it that's going to stand us apart? It's going to help you grow your agency. You leverage experts, people that understand. Leverage your time. Move up the rankings quickly. And we're going to send you updated weekly reports, monthly reports. And most importantly, folks, we're going to help you create an inbound lead machine. Okay? Now, you're going to learn something. We're going to shift gears. I'm going to bring in my partner. We're going to shift some gears right now. We're going to talk about commercial lines, life insurance, referral partners, and how to do it through LinkedIn. This, folks, if you haven't caught what I've told you in the first part of this, you definitely want to stick around for the second part, because this part right here can absolutely change can change the direction of your agency in a major way. Let me bring on my partner, Mr. Mark Blackwell, all the way from Sydney, Australia. He's also been in the insurance industry. He understands what this stuff does. He's been doing hundreds of different policies, agency owners, and helping them grow their agency through LinkedIn. So Mark, take it away, my friend.
All right. Thanks, Brad. Yeah, I really love the Google My Business. It's really good for like local results when you want those people near you. And that's not just insurance. That's all your restaurants, your gyms, all that types of business locally. It's just fantastic. Clients love it. But yeah, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about LinkedIn. Obviously, there are lots of platforms that you might use to attract people. You might, Orlando loves dancing on TikTok, of course, but the real money is in the LinkedIn, because it's business owners that like to use that. And that's the real key. The very first point I put there, why LinkedIn, is because you are connecting absolutely directly to the business owner. When you call people, you're getting hit with the voicemail, maybe you're getting hit with the gatekeeper. Oh, sorry, he's out to lunch. Sorry, he's busy. All that type of thing, and you waste lots of time. You call all those people, but here you really are that profile that says, owner of that plumbing company. That's him. You're talking directly to that business owner. So that connection is so direct, and that's why it's so important. In terms of numbers, we are talking about millions of potential clients. There are over 1 billion now users on LinkedIn. 205 million of those are in the US, and that's only growing. I'm sure you guys have seen it on podcasts and billboards. LinkedIn are actually trying to grow even further. They're advertising more, so it's only going to get better. And they make it very easy for us and you to really grow and expand your followers and create these referral networks that we've been talking about, which is so important. So what we've worked out is the best way to use LinkedIn as an insurance agent is to go after these 3 kind of categories. So business owners is the most obvious one because you're targeting those commercial policies. You know, you can target people from like plumbing or electrical, maybe it's like dental, dentistry owners, like clinics, like every type of business, even funeral directors and, you know, floral people. You can do, and they're all on LinkedIn, and you can reach them. You can add them into your network. You can write messages to them. You can pitch them in the exact same way that you might on a cold call. It's just that it's popping through on the push notification on their phone. It's perfect. But that is, of course, going direct for the business. Then we can switch it up to mortgage brokers, realtors, attorneys. I think Brad mentioned earlier, like CPAs, accountants. Like these are really, really good people to have in your network to pass you leads. They're so powerful because when they're right in the market, they need that to get across the line for their own business. So they're very motivated to pass that over to you. So it's really worth networking with these people. And you don't need to do anything special with them. You don't have to send them a $5 Starbucks card and all that kind of stuff. You just need to reach out to them, tell them, you know, we're both business owners. We both want the same thing. We can share clients. We can meet up. We can do all these kind of things. The point is you want to create this huge network. You know, 100 people is what Brad is saying. That's absolutely perfect. And that's a drop in the ocean. There's absolutely loads. So you can write to lots of them. Maybe a few of them say, I'm already tied in with somebody. That's fine. There's lots more. So there's lots of different people you can set this referral network up with. And then the third part is really like looking at your own kind of history or your own life. So when we talk about the niche here, you might have a book of like police officers or maybe teachers or some kind of niche like that. You can target them. You can, like teachers, for example, you can go wherever you are. Maybe you're in Dallas, Texas. Dallas, teachers, they're all going to list up there. You can start reaching out to them and saying, hey, I look after lots of teachers in this area. I'd love to, I understand your particular setup. I'd love to get you a quote. It's a really nice, easy step into it. And then past life as well, a good example of this is Orlando. He used to work in the restaurant business. So naturally, when we first started running his profile, we're targeting restaurant owners because he has, incredible rapport with these. He understands their business. He understands the risks involved. And that's what it's all about, right? Insurance is all about risk. So it's a great segue in. It's nice and easy. So these are the three kind of categories we would suggest you use LinkedIn. And then you can do all of these simultaneously. So just looking at some of these searches, I'm sure you've been on LinkedIn. You've seen you get filters. It's very easy to set up. Like in the bottom left, you can see we do the area. So I've just done Raleigh, North Carolina, place that I've been. The job title, we'll just put some of the senior titles there. Maybe there's some more. Maybe you want HR directors and office managers, things like that. I've done a keyword at the top there. You can see air conditioning. And straight away, we're getting all these results of owners of air conditioning, heating and air conditioning, owners of air systems. And there's a whole list. There's thousands of these. We can then change this up to dentist. So I've just done Los Angeles dentist. They all need good teeth, not like British teeth. And this might be where you go for office managers as well. But here you can see on the right, we've immediately found orthodontist owners, founder and CEO of Smile Group. There's loads in Los Angeles. So now moving to like those referral networks, straight away, I've just done job title, mortgage broker. I'm pretending I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Here we go on the right, mortgage brokers, loan officers. We might expand that to like loan originators, mortgage specialists, and other titles like that. But as soon as you want to start targeting them, or before you do it, you got to look at your profile. Your profile is so important. It's a bit like Tinder. People make very quick decisions. They can swipe left or right, or like a resume. You read it. 30 seconds? You've got to attract people. So on the left here, I have put. I really hope Crystal's not on here because we're using her as the bad example. But you can see at the top there's a gray area. It's a space to use a banner, which you can see on the right. One of our clients, Joy. Hi, Joy, if you're joining us. We put a nice banner there. It's got the branding. It's got the colors. It's got some imagery. It just looks nice, right? And then we look at her photo. Photo is very central. It looks very, her hair's nice. She's very business-like. Unfortunately, Crystal's a bit on the left. It's a little bit sort of pixelated. These are very small changes, but they're just really like key to giving off the right impression, like positioning yourself. You know, we've got a lovely long about section for Joy, telling about what she does and a bit more about her so people can humanize her. And then you also get this featured section. Lots of people do not use this featured section. I really encourage you to go find that. Just go on your LinkedIn section, on your LinkedIn profile now. There's a button that says the add profile section, featured, and you can feature articles, videos, everything. Everyone misses that one, but it's a really good opportunity to capture people. Particularly, like you might not be able to see, it's a little bit small, but you know, we've made that content very specific to Texas in her area. So people click on it, they read it, they position her as a thought leader. When you do reach out to these people, we do really encourage this, right? To structure everything. If you're writing to lots of people on LinkedIn, you know, every time you get a reply, you've got to really think about it. Like it's brain power, and you might just start getting a little bit annoyed with yourself. We've seen it where people get a little bit stressed out. What do I reply to this? I replied that yesterday, so I need something new. All this kind of thing. It takes a bit of brain power. We recommend actually just having a really nice structure of how you're going to reach out to people. Obviously, this would change depending who you're talking to. So it'd be a completely different set of messaging for your potential referral people. But having a nice structure. But the absolute golden rule that we've learned is never, 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 I put in capitals right there, pitch on that connection note. The connection note is that when you send a connection request, like if I send one to Orlando right now, I can accompany it with a little message, only a very short message. But the key is don't pitch there, because they're going to make a decision whether they add you or not at that stage. We want them in your network. If they're in your network, then even if they don't, you know, respond to our messages later, they're in your network, they're going to see your posts. You can try and re-engage them later. It's very key to get them in your network. After that, you can start to pitch. You know, you can tackle from this angle, from that angle. And, you know, this is an example of what we do. So we do this for clients, of course. We run hundreds and hundreds of insurance agents in their areas. And we have a structure like this because we're actually dripping these messages out on these schedules, like 2 days, 5 days, a week later. And then we start every month just sort of checking in. It's a very good process, and it works really nicely. And then we actually follow up all the messages and actually send the clients the leads. So it's a nice system, and we're happy to do that for you. However, this is stuff that you can do by yourself. You can do it by yourself. We're just doing all the heavy lifting for you if you did want to. So a really good way to use this is every time you make a connection, right? If I connect to Orlando, I've immediately got access to his name, his email, and sometimes his phone number. It's around 40% have their phone numbers listed on LinkedIn once you connect with them. So once they connect, they're actually giving you access to their data. And you can take that data and use that data. So we could talk about it like an omni-channel way, because you can actually take that data. I'll show you an example. This is what we provide clients. So obviously this is silly data, Hollywood campaign leads. You can see all the celebrities in there. But the point is, we're capturing all that information of all the clients, and you can do this. You can put it all in a spreadsheet. But you see, you got the emails, right? That's your newsletter. You got a phone. You can call them up. You can add those emails into like Facebook or Meta ads and like retarget them. There's so many opportunities, and that's what we call the omni-channel, right? You can tackle them from everywhere. So we're extracting that data, and we recommend you do that too. Just some quick ways that you can really help grow your LinkedIn. I don't know if you've ever seen, if you go onto your corporate page, like your like Orlando Bell agency, rather than his personal profile, you'll see in the top right, there's a box, and you can actually just invite all your connections to follow your corporate page. It's like literally a button. You can do 250 per month. We suggest you use every single one of those credits every month. It really helps, because a lot of people do click on it. There's loads of LinkedIn groups, a bit like Facebook. You get groups, but it's on LinkedIn, a little bit more professional. But they're, you know, some are based on location, so where you're based. Some are based on your profession. Sometimes on social things or interests. But get active in there. There's loads of people in there, and they're very easy to spot in your local area. Brad touched on this earlier. Posting content regularly is so key. It just positions you as the thought leader. So when somebody's, maybe they ignored you when you reach out or something like that, but they've come around and they're like, oh man, my 3 trucks for my plumbing company, the premiums are through the roof. Where do I start? How about that guy that I see every day posting about how he can save people, on auto insurance? Like, you're just positioning yourself, you're there, you're ready. That's all about the incoming part. And lastly, just engage with audience. You're adding all these people, they're in your very local area. Engage with them. When they do a post, click like, say great post. It's just stuff like that. Just be on their radar, be very engaged with them. And you'll be part of that community, and you'll be the first to be thought of when it comes around to you. So look, we do offer this as a service, of course. We run lots and lots of LinkedIn profiles, like hundreds of insurance agencies, but even beyond insurance, actually, we run lots in all different industries. The point is we run loads and understand the strategies that actually work and get people engaged. We look at those profiles every day. We know what to change. So we're happy to do that. With us, actually, you don't need any of the LinkedIn Premium or Sales Navigator or anything like that. We can skip all of that with our software. You get that database that I showed you. I skipped one there. The done for you package is very important, that because we really do take you from like A to Z. We don't sort of guide you. We really hold your hand and help you through that whole process, from the point of logging in all the way to handing you the leads. Like, you don't have to worry about any of that, but it is collaborative. Like, we do work with you. So the database I showed you, you get that. And it's very important if you're using like Agency MVP or Agency Zoom or maybe HubSpot or any of these others, we definitely recommend Agency MVP. They're really great, but you got all of these different ones and we can integrate with any of them. And just the last note really here, just really want you to understand, and this works across all of the products and things that we sell. We don't pigeonhole you into anything. We're very, very, very customizable. We listen to you. We really understand your business and what you want to achieve, and we work it around that way. So,
right on. Mark, let me just say one more thing on the LinkedIn side of it. Folks, what Mark is saying, and I'm going to tie this up for you briefly, is we can reach out to up to maybe between 1,000 and 2,000 contacts, business owners, CPAs, mortgage brokers, lawyers, whatnot. So LinkedIn has a threshold of allowing you, and based on the algorithm and how many connections you're getting and how communicative people are, they're going to allow you to send out between 1,000 and 2,000 connection requests per month. So from those connection requests, if you're not spamming and you're coming across authentically and warmly and really trying to build a relationship with all of those connections, you're going to be rewarded by LinkedIn to being able to send out more. But those 1,000 to 2,000 are extremely valuable because you're going to be connecting with between 20 and 40% of every one of those contacts. So you're building this already. You're building a very nice following of connections and contacts that, again, instead of buying leads you're spending money on buying leads all the time, you can just build connections and then use those connections to build relationships that are going to be warm and organic, and then close deals and schedule appointments. And it's all through LinkedIn. So it's a beautiful combination between the inbound with Google and all the online stuff that we showed you. And then this is kind of a direct approach of building connections. So those two together are extremely valuable in this day and age in 2024, especially moving forward with the looming FCC regulations on the horizon. So that may change things, and this will be the go-to for many agents. So I just wanted to share that with you. Now, Orlando's been doing this for a long time. He understands inside and out how it works. He's been doing it as an agent from the agency side. So I'd like to get his perspective on that. And also, he's hired some of our virtual assistants that do a lot of the back end and the heavy lifting on the phone calls and appointment booking and live transfers. So let's hear from an actual agency owner here, and somebody who's got the inside knowledge that we want to learn from. Orlando?
Thanks, Brad. So some of these tools that we've shared with you today are things that I've actually used in my business. I mean, the LinkedIn by itself was a game changer for my business. It got to the point where my phone was ringing and I could not keep up with all the people that wanted to meet with me at one point. So I needed help. I mean, I needed to get I need to hire some people in my office to help me to reach out, to answer the phones and things like that. And that's where, I went the traditional route, just like a lot of you have, went and got my ZipRecruiter ad or LinkedIn and tried to hire these folks, went through the interview process, hired them, trained them, gave them a nice wage because nobody wants to work on commission only, right? And then, of course, have them turn around and quit. And that cycle just keeps going over and over again. As my agency grew, of course, the service part of my job grew, the admin grew, and none of us are afraid to work hard. We all know how to work hard, but do we know how to work smarter? And that's what I had to figure out. How can I work smarter in order for me to take care of my existing clients and then continue to grow? And that's where I learned about, hiring a virtual assistant. So bringing somebody in virtually, because, this is what COVID did for us. We're in a virtual world, we're talking to each other, you're all from all over the country right now, and we're able to talk like we're in your office. So people are not foreign to working remotely or on Zoom. And that's where, you can really find somebody based off of what you need in your specific office. You have to think about the things that either you're not good at doing or the things that you don't like to do. So that's what I had to kind of figure out. And hiring somebody virtually and finding that right person that could help me with things such as my scheduling, being all over the place. You need to kind of have somebody to help you with scheduling. And that's what my VA does. She schedules my appointments. She calls and confirms the appointments. She does the reschedule if needed. Confirming is a big deal. Answering my phones. So I don't lose clients. They don't get the voicemail. They get a live person all the time. So having somebody, I'm a little bit older, so, having someone manage my social media, right? That's a big one. Hiring a young person to do that. These are things that you can hire somebody virtually to do. And of course, what we all hate to do, I don't care who you are, well, maybe some of you like it, but cold calling. We when we buy leads and we have hundreds, if not thousands of names to call, not only are you calling these folks and hoping to connect, but you got to then follow up because chances are you're not going to connect with them on the first try. So who has time for all that? So that's where you're able to get somebody and hire them at a very, very reasonable rate, have them work remotely, and they can do a number of these things. As you can see some of these tasks up here. It really is going to depend on you. It's going to depend on your office, your agency, because everyone's process is different. And that's a great thing about what we do for you in all of our services. We customize it for you and your agency, your budget. And that's something that we are happy to sit down with you and discuss with you. So we're coming towards the end of this. We want to thank you for coming and joining us today. We respect your time. We know you're all busy. We encourage you to schedule some time with us. We'd love to sit down with you. We have some open slots this week. So I encourage you to go on our website and schedule an appointment with any one of us. We're available, and we would love to sit down and talk to you. So that's it from the Philippines, from San Francisco and Australia. Thank you so much for joining us today. Looking forward to meeting you all. And look for us on social. If you haven't added us on social media, add us. We have future events coming up. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.